Hey, welcome to another episode of the Short, Pale, and Handsome podcast. I'm your boy, Loy Lee. Today is March 15th. Hey, beware the Ides of March. Who is thee? A dreamer. Let him pass. I made it. I'm recording this at the end of Monday, so I guess I have not been assassinated like Caesar. Anyone knows I'm talking about Shakespeare. I try to quote Shakespeare just so you know that I'm freaking wicked smart over here. I don't know. I that's like the only uh, that's the only Shakespearean reference I know that I can think of. E tu Brute? I don't know. I'm opening with Shakespeare. Has that like I got a new background here? If I know if you're in audio you can't tell, but I got new digs, if you will, and I'm trying to make myself look and sound smarter now. New year, new me. Ides of March. Beware a dreamer. I think the Ides of March, the 15th, or is it the full moon? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to sound smart and end up just sounding stupid. How are ya? How's your ma? I wanted to know, what are you guys doing with your stimulus check? Are you getting one? What are you gonna do? Tell me what you're gonna do with your stimulus check because I'm curious. Not because I need things to do with my stimulus check. I know exactly where it's going, bills. I just want to live vicariously through you. Tell me, how many PS5s are you buying? I want to know all of the things that are you're buying that I am not. Like, tell me you're buying some sneakers so I can live vicariously you. I want to buy new sneakers. But the way my stimulus check is uh, not, it's not going to happen. I actually have allocated a little bit to paying taxes on the stimulus check just in case I lack faith in the government. So I'm taking like 25% of that, putting it away for a rainy day, and then and rainy day I mean taxes. You're like, well, Lloyd, do we have to pay taxes? I don't think so, but I don't know. Nothing infuriates me more than at the end of the year, after paying taxes, they want me to pay more taxes. I am trying to not let my anger run my life anymore. So as an adult, I am just doing my best to like learn from my past failures. I'm trying to find ways to not trigger my anger. So when I have to do more taxes, when I have to pay more taxes, I will have the money and I will be less infuriated because, like, oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. I remember I had this money saved away. Here you go, Uncle Sam. And you're like, I don't think we're paying taxes on stimulus. You're right. You're probably not. But I didn't read the bill. Did you read the whole bill? You know, like the whatever America Freedom Cares, fucking get us out of COVID, anti Asia. I don't know. Whatever bill that is, did you read it? I didn't read it, so I don't know. I don't know if I have to like pay taxes later. I might have to. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. It's been long. I was off for 2 weeks because I've been experiencing technical difficulties with my laptop. And if anybody knows, I don't make enough money to where I can warrant a new Mac where I'm like, yeah, let me just spend 3 grand on a laptop. That's not even like top of the line, and I'm gonna be infuriated with it. So I bought an older Mac that I can still like shove new shit in, and when shit fails, I can fix a little bit for the most part. You can still do those. There was a day, 2012, when they said, hey, you know what? We're going to stop doing that 2013. You can't like replace anything. So I have an older Mac and I've been hobbling it together. It's been a workhorse, but I have been experiencing some problems. And it's not even like, oh, my shit won't even turn off. Now I gotta go buy a new one. It's like, hey, it works most of the time until it just decides to like not work. And then before I throw it off of my counter, it goes, hey, wait, I'm working. Joke. Slight inconvenience. And I don't know if it's like the Asian in me or the Bostonian in me or whatever. I just want my shit to work. That's it. I know its limitations. I have expectations, not high ones, but like the bar is somewhere between like creating miracles and just working. Like that is a pretty big margin of error. I just need you to work. That's it. That just work. And I would buy a new laptop if my shit just said, "Hey, I'm done." And you hit the thing, go doo 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 doo, and nothing happens for hours. I was like, "Fuck it, cunt punt this over the banister into the off the balcony, and go buy a new one." I don't have money like that. I'm just saying that's how. If it just stopped working, I would do that. But so the problem that I'm having was my laptop would just in the middle of thing just go to sleep, not even turn off. No, nay, nay. It would just go to sleep in the middle of shit. Just go to sleep. And you're like, whoa, why don't you just like wiggle the thing or tap some buttons and put the power button and then come back on? Yeah, I would do that. It would literally be an exact minute. It wouldn't do jack shit for an exact minute. And then it would turn back on. It would be like, hey, hey, I'm up. And it wasn't even like anything at a time where like, oh, every 15 minutes on the 15-minute mark, it would go to sleep. No, nay. It was like, oh, you're doing something important? Narcolepsy. Oh, you're watching a movie? Narcolepsy. It was what was so fucked up was this, right? It would go to sleep. I would turn it back on. And like, wait an exact minute and then hit the power button. They would wake up like nothing ever happened. Like, oh hey, how are you? Log in. My movie would be playing a minute later. It wouldn't even give you the common courtesy of being like, oh, I think he left. Weird. He left? Did he leave? All right, let me put it on pause. So when he comes back, no, no. Just like it's like getting up at a movie theater and just like nobody's stopping that shit for you. When you come back, we'll be right here doing what we've been doing. So I've been infuriated with that, and I don't know. I don't know. It would record sometimes, and it would stop recording. So I literally had to like change the battery. And this is like the weird thing where you have to know more than what I currently know in order to diagnose the problem. Right? You got to read code and be able to like understand shit. So I'm like digging deep into the fucking matrix of it all. I'm seeing code. Listen, I'm talking about code. Somebody fucked up somewhere along the line. Lloyd should not be talking about code and coding and typing words for code. Lloyd is not built for that. But I'm there. I'm reading there, and like I literally have to read every single line. I have to copy. I have to paste it. What does this mean? Okay, that's fucking post that. Ends up being that you go to Reddit and you're like, hey, my phone, my laptop's turning off, and it just you read it and it's like, hey, all of the solutions don't work. Like, hey, is there a magnet? Do you have a magnet? I don't have a magnet. Okay. Well, if you have a magnet by your laptop, maybe it's reading that the lid is closed and turning off. Nope, not a magnet. Not a magnet. That was like the big one. A magnet. As you can tell, like no, I don't have a fucking magnet. That's too high sciencey for me. I don't own magnets. But ooh, sorry about that, guys. I changed the battery, and I should have thought of this earlier. I changed the battery, and it started happening. And you're like, well, that's an easy thing, but I just didn't think about that. When I've realized what it was, I changed the battery, and fucking stupid me goes, hey, let me just return the battery I bought and buy, I don't know, the exact same battery. Because what's the probability of it happening twice? 100% in this case. It happened 100% of the time. Two for two. Two for two. And I am a fucking idiot. And then I almost like the stupidity in me was like, well, I guess this is just my life now. I guess this is just how we're living. Just let this shit turn off whenever it wants to. I have a narcoleptic laptop, and then literally at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up from my slumber, and I was like, I should probably return this battery and buy a new battery, different brand. Fucking problem solved, people. Now I'm back. Okay, we good? We good. And I that's how much like work my actual job has like kind of like taken over my world and my mind. I don't think well objectively anymore. I kind of just go through the steps and just go, well, that's it. Like customers will come in and be like, "Hey, the my phone's not working." I kind of play around with it, turn it on, turn it back off, and I don't know, like some real basic things. Is there do you do you, do you have big magnets around? Do you leave your phone around magnets? No. Well, then I'm out of ideas. And like, well, you gotta go fucking go to a repair shop, go see Apple. And I've been doing that so much where that is the actual technical thing. Like, make sure the SIM card, fucking turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. Excuse me, turn it on, turn it off. Doesn't work, kind of go through and then schedule an appointment at the Apple store. That's like the order of operation. But to me, I'm like, well, that's what it is. Go see Apple, kick rocks, kind of politely. And I kind of did that to myself when I was like, well, that's it. Turn it on, turn it off, goes back to sleep. I don't know. Go fucking see Apple. And I believed it. Literally, I conned myself into believing that that's what you do. So I was like, yeah, I got nothing for you. I go, okay, well, yeah, you should probably go kick rocks. Okay. I'm a fucking idiot. 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up from my sleep. Oh, shit, that's a fucking idea, Loy. Good job. You're freaking brilliant. Go you. And as far as I know, problem solved. Fucking amazing. Amazing. At the end of the day, I just get frustrated when my things don't work. I would rather it just be black and white. It doesn't work or it does work 100%. It turns on, doesn't turn on. And I just wish life would be that easy. And when things kind of work, I'm no technician. I'm no diagnosti. Well, whatever. I don't even know if the diagnosti. I don't know how to diagnose things. I think I would be a great technician, a mechanic, anything really. I can't troubleshoot to save my life. I need someone to be like, oh yeah, hey, fix these spark plugs, change out these spark plugs, done, boom, knock it out. There it is. Like, hey, I think there's a problem. Like, well, we're changing it or we're not. I'll change it, and if it's still the problem, then it's not the spark plugs. I can't tell you what it's supposed to sound like. I can't troubleshoot shit. So that's what I realized. That's what I'm realizing, that we all fall short of the glory of God. I know if you want me to troubleshoot some shit, you're shit out of luck with me, but I can fix shit, apparently. So fix the battery. I feel better. I feel better about myself. I feel better. But that's kind of like work has been taking up so much of my bandwidth. Like, I'm happy I have a job. I've said this. I am happy that I can pay rent. I'm happy that even though Las Vegas is opening up now and things are getting a little bit better, I don't see comedy as a full-time thing for at least the next 2 years. And here's a couple of reasons why. Like, I think I could probably be back on the road by the end of the year, but it really comes down to I need to buy a house. And I realize that these are things that like, your CPA doesn't tell you. It's like, hey, if you want to buy a house, like here are some things that I recommend. Like, I go to a CPA, they do my taxes, and their job is to get me as much back as possible. Like, they try to work the numbers to where I don't have to pay any taxes and get tax back. Apparently, that's what I thought I was paying them for. Or apparently, that's what they thought I was paying them for because that's what they've been doing all of these years. And now, when I'm thinking about buying a house because I can afford one, uh, I went to go to talk to somebody about a mortgage, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know how you think that you're gonna get approved when on paper you make $17 a year." Like, oh, wait, make way more. Look at my bank account. Look at my, well, maybe not way more, but I make more than $17. I make more than $32. Okay, here, look at my bank statements. Like, yeah, but on your tax return, you have all these deductions and business expenses and all of this. Like, you basically make $17 a year. So I should have been paying my CPA to like figure out how to give me more in profit on paper than deductions. That's what I should have been paying my CPA for. And talking to the mortgage guy's like, yeah, well, you're gonna need now that you are no longer doing comedy. I am, but not really for money. You should basically look at being at your job for 2 years in order for you to have employable income, whatever. I don't know. I talked to one guy. I should probably get a second opinion, but this guy is basically saying, hey, I sentence you to 2 years of cell phone service. Hit the gavel. I'm like, well, I guess I have a 2 year bid. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get out on good behavior. I'll get out on bad behavior, but good behavior is probably going to make me have to stay longer. And I should be thankful. I should be thankful that that's even an option. I'm glad that I have a job. I can pay rent. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm just saying um, it's been taking up all of my bandwidth. I come home and I can't think of anything. My brain is literal mush. Um, kind of like now. Wait, you're saying, hey, wait, Lloyd, you're saying that your brain wasn't mush at some point? I think it wasn't, but I don't know. I can't remember because I keep forget we're not in love anymore. No, see, my brain is fucking mush. So I've been trying to like on my off days go to like get my health right. I've been going to see an acupuncturist, and I kind of believe in that hokey. I kind of believe in it. My right wrist, has been hurting me for literally a year now. It started in COVID with a sharp pain only in a push up position, like as if my body was saying, hey, we don't want to work out, neither do you. And if you keep on trying to do this push up, we're going to hurt ourselves. And I hurt my wrist. And it doesn't hurt like every day to day, doesn't hurt day to day. Grip strength, mobility, no problem. Push up position, not happening. Went to the acupuncturist. It's gotten a little bit better, but I'll probably go see a chiropractor. But I'm trying my best to like get the best out of me. Meditating, trying to shut the fuck up for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. I'm trying. Acupuncturist. I'm gonna see a chiropractor for my wrist. I hope, I don't know, is that what they do? We're going to find out. I've never had health insurance before, so hooray, I guess. Here's my cover charge, fix my wrist. My body's falling apart, my hip hurts. Can you fix that? I don't know, pop it into socket, pop it out. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know how any of this works, but I'm doing my best to like get better, and I have to thank work for it. I have to thank that work that I have insurance, and it's only like $12 to go see somebody. But I am frustrated because every other year I have never had to think about daylight savings time. I haven't had to think about daylight saving times in several years, and it went forward, right? Fall back, spring forward. Stupid idea. Stupid idea. It's the things that we do from our forefathers, where our forefathers would look at all of this technology and just be like, wait, you guys still do that shit? We were doing this shit because we didn't have lights. Now you got lights. You have lights all over the place. You're still doing daylight savings time? You guys are fucking idiots. You're no You're no part of my bloodline, you fucking morons. I've been swearing a lot more this episode. I don't know why. I think that's just where I feel. But daylight savings time, and I don't know who up in my upper echelon of leadership was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a meeting on Sunday morning, and guess what? It's gonna be on daylight savings time. You know, the day that you got to lose an hour, we're going to make you come in 3 hours early so you can listen to us talk about stuff that we could have just put in an email. We got to read our emails every day. Here, just fucking put what you want in the thing. Like, well, that doesn't show team spirit and participation. Yeah, but neither does coming in at 8 o'clock on a Sunday. And it was like one of those meetings, like I do feel like there are some conference calls, some meetings where, yeah, there's important information. New rollout, new product, new guidelines that need to be conveyed and all of that. But this is one of the ones that was not that kind of meeting. The person presenting wasn't even in the room, right? COVID. It was like a WebEx thing online. Like it was the worst Zoom comedy show ever. People that like were talking, that were given the mic, were the people that obviously are trying to move up the ranks in management, and they were just so gung ho for a Sunday. And it was good for them because they couldn't hear how unenthused and falling asleep we were. We weren't falling asleep. But how unenthused we were. And they're just like spitting this corporate jargon that made zero sense. Where it was like Mad Libs. They take a noun and a verb, and here's your thing, right? Fucking growth flexibility. I heard that. What is growth flexibility? Analytical agility. Really? Analytical agility. Somebody wrote that down and was like, yeah. Like the vaguer it is. Vaguer, is that a word? The more vague the word combination is, the better. It's like customer reciprocity experience. Like, are we just pulling out of the source and hoping for the best? We need to. I don't even know. I wasn't even paying attention. I was paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. But it's literally like these people that are just making up words, trying to like make up the perfect combination of words to propel them to the next level. And they're just jockeying. Like each one's making a worse combination of words, and which is fine. It's just fine, like in a boardroom. That's your job. Go for it. Have fun. God bless you. But damn, a bunch of us was held hostage. Just fucking customer reciprocity. I don't even know. What did I say? Growth flexibility. Retention, pivot retention. I don't know. I don't know these words. This is how you know I'm not fit to have a real job. Because if anyone's listening to this and they're like, yeah, you don't know what growth flexibility, you don't know what analytical agility is. No, I don't. I don't. I barely know what each of these words mean individually. I for sure have no idea what they mean together in a combination with the context of growth metrics. Is that a thing? I don't know. But it just felt like we were being held hostage in a competition that had nothing to do with us. It's like, oh, I like The Masked Singer, right? I'll watch The Masked Singer, but now I have to show up on Sunday at 8 a.m., which is actually 7 a.m., and I'm being held against it's not against my will. I got paid by the hour. But I was held hostage. There was like half of this shit was like, hey, this WebEx thing, you can hit record, just post that somewhere and send me the link. I'll watch it. that is how you know I am not fit for this corporate world. And my manager talks to me. He's like, "Hey, you have leadership qualities and leadership experience." And I had to look at my resume to remember what he was referring to because it's been that long. God bless him. I love my manager. He hired me. He has literally changed my life. He has literally changed my life, both metaphorically and realistically. Like, yeah, he's put me in a position where I can pay rent and go see an acupuncturist and learn these amazing new words like growth flexibility, analytical agility. I don't know why those two ones stick out to me, but um, God bless my manager. I looked at my resume and it literally said I was store manager of a circuit city, which I was. But if anybody lives in 2021, realize that Circuit City went out of business like 2006 or something. And the fact that he looked at that and was like, "Oh, you must be freaking ancient." I was like 23 as a store manager, which is pretty young. I had such high, but I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm not a store manager because I don't know if I could deal with another conference call talking about customer retention pivoting or whatever. But God bless him. He said, Circuit City store manager, dope, hired, changed my life, paying rent. I don't know what I would do if I didn't get hired here. Like, and that's a crazy thing. Like, I applied just to see if I could get hired. And then I got hired and I just show up every day, not quite sure I know if this is a joke or not. The checks keep on cashing. So, jokes on me? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I am pretty excited to learn about analytical agility. It's like, hey, just give me that training. Training analytical agility 101, analytical pivoting, agile retention, customer pivoting. I don't know. You're rambling, Loy. I know. I'm just saying, as a 40-year-old man, if you told me in my early 20s that I was going to be selling cell phones at 40, I probably would have given up all of my dreams and just been a store manager at wherever it is that I am now. Yeah, it's difficult now, and it's difficult like now that something's like in Nevada, which is a funny story. I keep on getting yelled at because I keep on saying Nevada, which is not the appropriate spelling or pronunciation of Nevada, and I always find it funny because as a Bostonian, a New Englander, I've done everything I can in my adult years to like steer away from the Boston accent. You hear it a lot of times, especially when I do promos. Hey, job seer, everybody. My wife makes fun of me. It's not jab, it's job. Sure, it's coffee, right? It's 4:45, 4:45 in the morning. I don't know. I do everything I can to get away from my accent, and Nevadians get really upset when people not from Nevada pronounce Nevada as Nevada. So I've done everything I can to like I have to remember Nevada is not the way I want to say it because that's so Boston. Fucking go Nevada, right? I don't know. Pushing a shopping cart down on Nevada Boulevard, right? So it pains me every time I say Nevada because my brain, in its lizard brain of brains, just wants to procreate and live another day, and try to survive. And the way I've been doing that in LA for 10 years was just drop the accent. Drop the fucking accent, brah. So I'm doing everything I can to remember it's Nevada. And it I think a small Boston ferry dies every time. Every time. Tinkerbell. fucking dies every time I say Nevada. Okay? I don't know what I was saying. Oh, yeah, Nevada is opening up and capacity is opening up and comedy is coming back slowly but surely. And I just don't have the bandwidth to go out after work. My brain is just freaking mush. I come home, I might eat, I shower, and I go to sleep because it's literally kicking my ass. I guess it comes down to just give up on your dreams, people. Just give up on your dreams. Thanks, COVID. I love you. I can't wait for that stimulus check to hit because $1,400 is literally gonna get me nothing. A little bit of breathing room. That's about it. I don't know how anyone thinks that $1,400 is gonna change their life. I just don't live in that universe. Anyways, guys, thank you. Thank you for being patient. My laptop has not crashed. My equipment works. I got new digs. If you are just listening to this, I do have a YouTube page. You've heard this before. And if you haven't, it's youtube.com/Lloyd Lee Comedy. If you're seeing this on YouTube, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And if you want to just listen to this on the way to work, yeah, if this is how you want to start your day, if this is the anger in which that you want to hear on your way home, just white knuckling it, driving home, check out the podcast, Short, Pale, and Handsome, on any of your podcast aggregators, Stitcher. Ooh, that's a big word. Aggregator. Whoo! Analytical aggregator. Aggregating, retention, pivoting, flexibility. Fuck it. I don't know. I love you guys very, very much. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, rate this wherever you find uh, this podcast. I love you guys. Beware the Ides of March. Who is he? A dreamer. Let him pass. Friends, Romans, countrymen, I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Is that like Christopher Walken doing Shakespeare? No, I'm not even gonna try it because it's horrible. I love you guys. I tried, and goodbye.